So I'm going to get started. Welcome everybody to 52 Living Ideas. Today is the comprehensivest Wednesdays that we do along with the Greater Philadelphia Thinking Society. There are just incredibly large number of great people in Philadelphia. I've never been able to figure out what the root cause of that is. I think it's all Ben Franklin's fault, and that's my best hypothesis. Okay, and today we're talking about a really fascinating topic. I'm really honored to have Maxine and David talk about music at its best can help us be our best, discussing the ineffable. All right, so with that, I'm just going to hand it over to Maxine. But before I do that, let me describe to you the format. Maxine is going to talk for a few minutes about, she's spent her entire life in music. So she's going to talk about music. And then David is going to have a fairly lengthy presentation about music, about 45 minutes, 1 hour, something like that. And then we are going to do breakout rooms. And then we are going to take all your questions, and everybody gets to answer questions too. All right. So this is exploring of music. So let's get started. Maxine, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Well, what can music do for you? It can put fun in your life. It can put joy in your life, and entertainment and excitement. And it can also be calming, and it can make you tranquil and able to get through each day and maybe sleep at night. It can give you a reason to live, and it's a new adventure. It gives you a new adventure. It helps you pass the time, and it keeps you from getting senile, actually. It's a tool toward happiness. It doesn't matter what kind of music that you listen to. It can be classical, it can be jazz, it could be country, whatever suits you. But it's something to be reckoned with. I'll tell you how it helped me. If it wasn't for music, I don't think I would have been here or anywhere else. I grew up in Nicetown. It wasn't a very nice town. It's still not a nice town. It's where all the murders are committed and all the drug deals go down. And I was not allowed out of my house because my mother was afraid I'd get shot. So therefore, I had a few choices to make. There weren't any electronics, and we didn't even have a television, but I had a record player, and I had a wonderful, wonderful collection of records, and I had books, and that's how I lived for the first 12 years of my life. I listened to Beethoven and Mozart, and they were all born already, so that I could just listen and listen, and it helped me through my childhood. It didn't make me want to go out on the street with the other kids and get shot. I stayed in the house, and I learned all about the composers. And my mother, she said, if you want a new exciting experience, learn to play an instrument. So every time I got bored, she gave me another instrument. She gave me so many instruments that I play every instrument. I mean, it was, I wanted a bassoon. We didn't have a bassoon. She swapped her bed for a bassoon on the radio station. And I learned the bassoon. I learned all these instruments. And then we moved. And I moved to a better neighborhood. But the kids were horrible. They had these wild parties and were drinking, and everything was going on. And what could I do to have some excitement? So I studied opera and I learned every opera. And it didn't hurt me because then I was able to get a scholarship to college because I knew all the operas and I was able to sing opera. So those things, as you can see, really, really helped me in life. It helped me when my son was born and he wasn't going to be living, and I had to leave him in the hospital and come home without him. I got into my car and I put 90.1 on and blasted the classical music and got home and played music the entire night, and by the morning they called and said he was getting better. So that really was helpful. That was a big help in my life. I'm not a very athletic person, but I know you have to be exercising every day. So how do I do that? I play music. I do a Zumba class. I go for a walk and I play music, and it gets me through it. And I know, well, okay, you got to do an hour of the walking. So play yourself some music. When my father was dying and he had 3 days to live, my mother sat and sang every song that to him that they played over the years, and that helped. That really helped. It helped him, it helped her, and it helped me just to sit there and listen to all those songs. Well, without music, what would we have done for 3 days? Cried over him? No, it was very helpful. Music can be holistic. It can help. I worked in with a musical therapy group in Eastern Pennsylvania, psychiatric. The patients were really helped by music. It was cathartic. If they were very hostile, we had them do drums and different, and if they needed to be calmed down, we played soothing music. Music can be very romantic. You can please your partner by playing their kind of music. Now, look, I'm not a country and Western person, but my husband loved country and Western music. So I went two-stepping every single night of the week till I learned all the dances. That really helped. It helped me in work. For 5, you would never know this, but for 5 years, I did stand-up comedy. Okay, now that is a nerve-wracking thing to do. And I would do all the TV shows with all sit on the panel, and you had to be funny or you never got asked back and your agent would freak out. So I would sit on and they would say, you're going to talk about this, this, and this tonight. And then Merv Griffin, he would come on and say, how is your sex life? And I think, what does that have to do with the stuff that they told me to talk about? And I'd immediately get a headache. And the headache would last through the entire show. You had to do all your material with a headache. And you'd come home and you'd think, do I want to lay in bed sick all night long? No. I would put on music and I would sing on the top of my voice. I would sing until the headache went away. I didn't need drugs to take it away. I used music. You can use music for everything. Try it. When you have a problem, play a song, sing a song, go to a concert, go dancing, use music in some way. Well, if you're creative, you could even write a song. All these performers, like Adele just put out an album because she was so disturbed, she wrote music, and now she's feeling better and she's going out to give concerts. But it's very, very important to have an outlet for you and you will have an outlet if you use music. Anyway, I am going to hand you over to David now, who will give you a really wonderful, wonderful talk. And it will be a lot more descriptive than I just give you little stories, lifetime stories, but he is really, you will love his talk. So, David.
Well, thanks, Maxine. That unsolicited.
David, just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Maxine, that was wonderful. That was a wonderful way to begin this, because you talked about what music can do for you. And just that was just great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Go ahead, David.
Okay, so